All right, team, here we go. Back at it. Game 3 of our Lumberjack Cup journey here. Facing a rematch against Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids, team we've seen earlier this year and had no trouble with, but I'm sure they'll come back with a vengeance. Here they go behind the net. Spring Lake Park exits the zone out center ice. Cross ice pass, finds his guy on the right wing. Kashal is in net for the Storm. Seth Nolan back checks, takes it away. Here comes Theo Franson trying to chip it past the D. He goes back into the corner. There we go. Seth Nolan will break it out. He comes out to center ice. Back and forth at center. Here's Wessinger. Good to see Nolan Wessinger back in the lineup today. He was homesick yesterday, nursing an illness. Seth Nolan skates it in through the defense, gets body off it into the corner. The rest of the team had gone to the bench to change. Here comes Spring Lake Park. They can't get it out of the zone. Dill and Sam Rogers at the line chips it in with a backhand. Jace Larson giving chase. Warner Tubbs at the red line slows things down. Battle along the half wall, and comes out J.J. Dill over the wing to Jace Larson, who skates it into the zone. Larson's got Dill. Charles, net! Oh, it's tipped wide by Dill. And it goes behind. Oh, great pass by Jace through the middle. Rogers winds things back up. Sent in off of a stick. Some line change on the back of the defense there. It goes off and down off of Warner Tubbs' stick. No icing. Lefevre behind his net all the way up to Taylor off the bench. He can't handle the pass. Spring Lake Park regroups in their own zone. Can't clear the zone, though, as Lefevre comes back to keep it in. Stick there by Taylor. Still in the Minneapolis zone and wound up behind the net by Spring Lake Park. Taken away. Lefevre still has the puck in the corner. He's digging for that. Dylan Hussey as well helping out. And Spring Lake Park gets it out to center ice. A little back and forth. Hussey takes it away. Over the wing to Small. Small from a shot. The shot is saved off of the right pad into the corner. Oh, Luca gets decked in the corner. There's a delayed penalty as a whistle blows. We didn't touch it. But Luca took a fist to the face there in the corner. Minneapolis will go on the first power play of the game. Move down here so I can see. All right. Evanson off the draw. He gets back to Scherf at the point. Scherf setting up the power play. Goes through traffic and ends up on net. Goalie takes the short hop into the glove and holds on for a faceoff. Evanson again at the circle to take the draw. It's won by Spring Lake Park. They chip it out to the opposite wing. Anderson, it's rubbed off of the puck, and he's able to keep it in at the blue line a couple of attempts, and it gets out to center. It's sent back in by Lefevre. Bounces, weird bounce off the glass, comes all the way down the ice, and it won't be enough for icing, so Ben Scherf has to hustle back to claim the puck. Scherf skate his way past a forecheck, and then Minneapolis has a little bit of numbers, and he loses it over to Lefevre. Walks into the slot. He tries to turn around, and he gets bumped off of it. Franson off the bench trying to keep it in, but Spring Lake Park will ice the puck. Oh, the icing is waved off. It got hung up on the boards. That pass off of the stick, and Spring Lake Park carries the puck up, and they lose it off the boards as well. There comes the Storm into the zone. Stick handles through the slot. It's Warner Tubbs. Tubbsy's got him in front. A tip! Oh, a great tip by Theo Franson. And the goalie was on point to make the save with the pad. Thea was all alone in front of the net. 9 seconds to go in the penalty to Spring Lake Park. Lessinger off the bench to take the draw for the Storm. And battle along the boards, spin around behind the net by Spring Lake Park, and they're able to get out to center ice. The guy comes right off the bench, out of the box. Hussey playing D today.
Spring Lake Park full strength.
Flips it over to Tubbs, up the wall to Seth Nolan. Nolan tries to center to Wessinger. It's intercepted, and Spring Lake Park will carry it behind their own net. Breakout pass through the middle. Finds its target for a minute. It's a little bit behind. Sam Rogers will bump him off and take control in his own zone. Tries to thread the needle to Franson. It's intercepted for a minute. Rogers will ship it up the boards again. And this time Nolan gains the line in the offensive zone. Centering pass to Franson, who gets his stick lifted before he can get a shot away. Spring Lake Park on a counter. Up the left wing, trying to chip it past Ben Scherf. Ben does not let him in. And it comes out to neutral ice. Dill on a forecheck deflects the puck. It's given away to Nolan. Seth dangles his way past the D. Tries to go find it. And he loses it in the corner. Oh, centered through. Larson on the back door. A ripper from the top of the right circle. It's fumbled behind the net. Larson can't find the handle. Flipped up off the boards to the point. That's Hussey. That's Scherf. Scherf fumbling with it at the blue line. Will just chip it into the corner. Larson can't find the control of the puck. Couple of bodies there. Larson comes back to get it. Jace circles. Centered in front. Oh, man, a great save from a point-blank shot. One-timer to Dill. It's given away to Nolan. Shot left circle. That one goes off of the goalie mask, or off of the defenseman's face, actually, into the netting behind the net. Good pressure by the Storm here early. Controlling possession and shots. Nothing in yet. JJ will stay out to take the face-off. Here it's a tie-up at the circle. Taylor comes over to try to help out. It's taken away by Spring Lake Park, and they break out to center. That pass is off a stick. Comes back in for Mac Taylor, who chips it in with the backhand as JJ Dill will get there first along the back wall. JJ back to Nolan Anderson at the point. A shot through a screen. It's tipped wide. It goes to the opposite corner. Spring Lake Park has a little bit of room to flip it out. But a back check by Taylor prevents it from getting out. Here's Larson. Centered through. It's intercepted by the defenseman. Mac Taylor, though, prevents him from getting it out of the zone. And then Jace gets taken out behind the play. Dill takes the puck away. He centers through to Larson. He puts it on net. The rebound is cleared out by the defense. And he'll skate it out to center ice. Tries to get past Anderson, who ties him up. It's loose in the slot. The first puck on Manthe is kicked to the corner. Spring Lake Park in their own zone, though, weaving their way through. They can't get it past the Minneapolis player. That's Taylor, who sticked it and got it out to center ice. Lefevre heavy on the forecheck, forces a turnover. Cal picks it up and banks it off the boards. Skates it in, looking to center. He's got Evanson. And he's got Small coming off the bench, and Cal's just dangling the puck, gets it back to Tubbs at the point. Warner with a shot. It's deflected off a couple of bodies, goes wide to the opposite corner. They're Small. Gets it back to Rogers, who holds it in. It's flipped in front. Oh, my gosh. Another ripper from point-blank range. Misses the net. And it comes back the other way. Spring Lake Park into the offensive zone. Gets tied up along the wall. Rogers again playing good defense. That's dug out by Taylor. Lucas Small trying to flip it past the defense. And here comes Evanson. Evanson gets it into the zone. He's got some room. He passes it in front. His shot is blocked off of a skate in the defenseman from the slot. Spring Lake Park. Their pass hits a skate. Evanson will claim the puck. Max will flip it off of the defenseman into the corner and go to the bench. Spring Lake Park will wind things up in their own zone. A lot of control by Minneapolis so far. They try the home run pass to the middle. They find their target. One-on-one and sticked by Rogers to the back wall. Lessinger comes back to play it. Around the boards behind his net, or off the wall, here's Small. Skates it up the left wing. Luca takes it up. Tries to dangle his way past the D. Puck goes into the corner. It's centered in front. Oh, man. Franson got a stick on it and never made it on net. Breakout pass cross ice finds its target number 10, who just turns around and dumps it in as the whole team goes to change. Scherf struggling to play it along the boards. Spring Lake Park can't get it past Benny on the second attempt, and it's centered to Small. He passes behind him, Franson. Fumbled back and forth. Lessinger breaks up the rush, and a little ping pong action with the puck at neutral ice. Here's Nolan, chips it in from the red line deep. Franson will try to go get it for the Storm. Lessinger caught deep as well. Spring Lake Park breaks out the other way. Up the right wing. Gains the line and looks to leave it for the trailer, who carries it behind the net. Lessinger right on him. Counting on a centering pass. It gets through. The shot is deflected wide of the net. Never made it on Kashala. Lessinger has two guys on him. He rims it around the boards. Nobody there for the Storm to play it. Now Nolan comes over to get it. Tried to break out. That pass intercepted. Kept in by Spring Lake Park. Along the half wall, Lessinger and Franson. Now Theo skates it up the right wing. Centers over to Nolan. Walks in a shot. Oh, they whiffed by the goalie, but it missed the net. Dilt digs it out. Larson with a shot. Oh, misses the net from the left or from the right circle. Kept in again by Jace as he follows his shot into the corner. Spring Lake Park trying to get it past the Larson forecheck. They do. They break it out to center. Right wing skates up. Tubbs gets a stick on that shot and goes wide of the net, and he claims the puck off the back wall. He's got a head of steam coming over center ice. His changes for both teams. Warner, one-on-one, skates it into the slot. His shot pulled back short side and just missed the net. Off the wall. Spring Lake Park, a lot of back and forth, end-to-end action here. They got a little bit of room. It skates past, a shot, oh, pass across, and Taylor comes over to break up the pass. That was wide open on the back door for a tap and goal. Spring Lake Park still has the puck in their own zone. It's behind the net now. Back and forth. There's Taylor. Spring Lake Park still has the puck. Looking to center from below the goal line. Here's a tie-up by Anderson. Hussey comes over to play it. It's tucked short side. The whistle blows as Kashala gets the glove on top before it squeaks into the net. And a face-off to his left. 3 minutes left. Wow, really entertaining hockey game. No goals on the board, but not a lot of whistles either. It's back and forth, up and down. Minneapolis, I would say, has favorable possession of the puck, but still no goals in the back of the net. Off the draw, Rogers flips it behind the net. It comes around for Small on the left wing. He can't get it past the pitch, the forechecker. Spring Lake Park sends it back to the top of the point. Shot from the Diaz on Mashala, and he makes a good save off the mask with the guy in front. So face-off will be to his right side now. Evanson wins the draw. Scherf, whoa, it ends up on net. Manthe puts the glove on top again. It trickled in. He had the pad and the stick down, though. No mistake. Another face-off. This one kept in by Spring Lake Park. Lefevre trying to hustle after him. Spring Lake Park behind the net. And comes up the wall. Lucas Small through the middle. Oh, Evanson ran into a freight train. He loses the puck. Small picks it up and chips it in. Lefevre deep as well to play the puck. Small following the puck all the way over the opposite wing. It's kept in by Evanson, and then Luca now off the back wall, centered through Lefevre, and Evanson could not get a stick on it. Comes around the opposite wing. Off the wall. Evanson, or Lefevre backhand. Small, a shot. He missed the net. Glove side. Had the goalie beat. Look at Lefevre come all the way around to keep it in for a minute, and that one goes down the ice for icing. Delayed whistle, but the whistle blows anyways. Holy cow, some great chances for Minneapolis. Pucks are missing the net by an inch on either side. Minute 44 to go in the period. Nolan Wessinger at the draw. Wins it cleanly back to Tubbs at the point. A shot is deflected on net and gobbled up by the goalie. Come back to the same spot for another draw. This one won by Spring Lake Park behind the net. You chip it up off the wall. Anderson keeps it in. Oh, it's off of a forechecker. Here comes Spring Lake Park on a breakout. Hussey last guy back. The shot with a backhand misses the net wide of Kashawa's glove side. Comes all the way around the wall, the opposite wing. Kept in by Spring Lake Park there in the slot. Sticked aside by Hussey into the corner. Pass back to the point is fumbled along the wall. Kept in. Find their guy. A little back and forth on the wall. Goes past the D. Pass across. Franson's going to get there first against the wall. And he can't keep it in the zone. Floated through the middle. It's picked up by Nolan. Seth Nolan gains the blue line. He carries it into the corner. He's got Franson in front. He walks it all the way behind the net. Flips it back to Anderson at the point. Nolan Anderson's shot is blocked. Dill off the bench does enough to keep the breakout from happening. And Hussey maintains possession of the puck as he gets it deep. Oh, that was a dangerous situation. The shot was blocked. Flip back to the point. Larson can't find the handle. Here comes Spring Lake Park in a breakout. Under half a minute to go. Sticked aside by a back-checking Anderson, and J.J. Dill comes the other way. Carries into the corner. Has Hussey fill in the lane behind the net. Passes back to Tubbs at the point. Well, back and forth to Dill. Puts the brakes on, tries to skate with it into the slot. And it's skated away by Spring Lake Park. Under 10 to go. Stick to the wall by Hussey. Or by Tubbs. Here we go. One last chance. J.J. Dill with 4 seconds. He walks in, shoots into the glove. And it's frozen for a face-off. And we'll be in the first period. Entertaining hockey here. No goals on the board, but end-to-end action. All right, here we go. Off for the second period, off the draw. Onside, Lefevre kicks it into the zone. Spring Lake Park will try to go the other way cross ice, intercepted by Evanson, or broken up at least. Comes back to the D, who tries to skate into the zone. That he gets there, he risks a shot. It's blocked by Rogers. Picked up by Evanson, but he can't dangle his way past the forecheck. It's brought in, kept in, and dangles his way through the shot with a poke check. He kicks it out to Small at the wall. And now Minneapolis comes the other way. Pass is intercepted, but the rush is broken up by Max Evanson. And we're going to slow things down a minute. Sam Rogers, though, is going to take some open ice in front and carry it into the zone up the left wing. He's got some room. He walks right in. He shoots off of the mask. It goes to the corner. And it's cleared out and down the ice. There will be an icing. Oh, Sam took the open ice all the way in. Tried to go from a tight angle right off the goalie mask into the corner. So things not slowing down here. Even though there's no goals on the board, it is free-flowing, open-ended, fire wagon hockey. Minneapolis is due for one. It comes out to center ice. Ben Scherf in his own zone. Up the wall to Franson, who cycles through the middle. Theo has some open ice in front with a guy behind him. He walks right into the slot, tries to dangle through it, flips up in the air. He tried to bank it in off of the goalie out of midair. Spring Lake Park skates with it up the left wing, though. He's got a head of steam. He gets past Scherf. It walks right in, and he shoots and scores. Well, really their first great chance of the game, and it took a deflection. Uh-oh.
St. Louis Park goal scored by number 62, Isaac Olson. Time of the goal, 1 minute and 31 seconds into the second period.
There's Tubbs, who gains it in. It comes back to Taylor at the point, who flips it down to the corner. Tied up by Dill behind the net, picked up by Larson, who tried to get it away. Dill a little back and forth. JJ carries it into the corner. He gets bumped off. Jace comes over to pick up the puck. He skates away. He's got Taylor. He's got Tubbs. He's looking for Warner back at the point. A flip through. It's deflected on net. The rebound goes to the corner. JJ couldn't find it. He does have the puck behind the net, though. JJ back to Hussey at the point. Dylan dangles his way into the point of the slot. Comes back to Tubbs, who hoofs it with the backhand into the corner. Larson trying to find it. Jace comes away with it. Leaves in the shot. Shot scores! Nick Taylor answers real quickly off of the goal by Spring Lake Park. Jace Larson with a great assist out of the scrub in the corner. Might give JJ an assist as well, as he was working hard in the corner for that puck. Tied at 1. And now the goals are coming. Great shot by Matt. Picked the top left corner. Goalie had no chance on it. We're right back into action. Spring Lake Park. Going to try to do the same.
Goal scored by number 9, MacArthur Taylor. Assisted by 18, Jace Larson. And number 11, Jonathan Dill. Time of the goal, 2 minutes and 29 seconds into the second period.
All right, so there you go. It's Taylor from Larson and Dill. Ties the game up at 1. Oh. Rogers tried to skate with the puck out of the zone again. It's kept in by Spring Lake Park. Scherf now. We'll give it over to Lefevre, who skates it all the way into the zone. Cal walks in. A shot is right there on the doorstep. Cleared to the corner by the defense. Evanson given a chase. Wrapped around the boards. Defense for Minneapolis is changing. Small ties him up along the ball, though, to let his defenseman change. Spring Lake Park banks it off the boards. Anderson at the point. His shot is blocked. Goes right to Luca. Flips it for Evanson. Evanson winds things up. Luca in the slot. Hussey just dumps it into the corner. Here's Lefevre. Cal trying to pull it back. He gets it over underneath the stick of Evanson. And Max will lose the puck in the corner. Here comes Spring Lake Park 2-on-2 the other way. It's skated up the right wing. Takes it wide. Lets this team change. Just flipped in front. It goes there in front of Shaw. Makes a great save. As the guy came from below the goal line to chip it in on net. Skated out, and Lefevre dumps it in to the corner. Full forward line change for Minneapolis. Defenseman overskates it, so Wessinger can get there, and Franson keeps it in. Theo trying to pull a shot through a screen. It's deflected. Spring Lake Park trying to flip it up. Intercepted. It comes into the zone. He walks into the slide, loses the handle, but a shot. Oh, he pulled it just wide of the glove side of Kashala's net. Goes into the corner is Theo Franson, who has to avoid the referee to flip it behind. Here comes Minneapolis trying to chip it out. It's kept in by Spring Lake Park. A shot from the point off of the mask of Wessinger. Comes right to a player for Spring Lake Park, and it's turned over. Franson can't find the handle as he chipped it away. Offsides. Wesley took that one right off the face mask. Just shake it off. That puck should be down at the other end. Here we go. So face-off outside the Minneapolis zone. J.J. Dill's line out, the goal-scoring line here for the Storm. Dill wins it over to Larson, who tries to skate it in himself. Dill coming back from behind and couldn't get it all the way in. It slipped out to center for Tubbs. Tubbs will wind things up the wing to Taylor, who can't corral the bouncing puck at the blue line, so he'll chip it back. Good pass by Rogers. There's Larson walks in. Oh, shot, a save, rebound! Oh, another great save by the goalie. Oh, my word, he is clean in on net. Larson skates it in, winding things back up and carries it into the corner where he gets bumped off the puck. Taylor picks it up. He has it behind the net. There's nobody in front, though, so he has to hold on to it. Now he's got somebody in front. He'll go back to the point off of the wall. Sam Rogers risks a shot through traffic. It's tipped wide by Dill. Mack picks the puck up, and Larson tries to drag it through traffic, and it's taken away. Spring Lake Park is 3-on-2 the other way off of that. Carried in through the slot. It's sticked away for a minute, and carried over to the wall. And passed back to the D is through him, and Larson's loose. Jace is free. He's got a trail. He walks in, a shot. It's saved. It goes behind. Taylor picks up the puck. He tries to wrap around everybody else and gone to the bench. Passes back to Rogers. A shot hits a screen and goes to the wall. J.J. Dill, though, skates with the puck through the entire defense. Over to Tubbs. Walks in top. Oh, man, he just missed the top left corner. Around the wall for Rogers. Rogers flips it in. Keeps it in again. Sam with a shot through a screen. It's rebound is saved. Covered up by the goalie again. Oh, my word, he's standing on his head, folks. Holy cow. Minneapolis got to keep the pressure on. Hey, I've had some great chances. Another great win by Evanson. Anderson flips it into the corner off the faceoff. Evanson back to Anderson. Right back to where they came from. Evanson tried to go backhand to the slot. It's intercepted by Spring Lake Park. And they break it out the left wing. But he can't handle it along the board, so Scherf at the red line. Goes cross ice, finds Evanson. Through traffic, it's left there for Lefevre in the slot. Kell turns around, sends it back to Anderson. A shot through a screen goes wide of the net. Two guys in front. Scherf goes to get it along the other point. Sent in for Evanson, and Small had gone down below the goal line instead of posting up. So it's turned over. Spring Lake Park can't get it out of their zone, though, and it bounces off a couple of players. Kept in by Anderson. Noah does a great job to chip it into the corner again. Heavy pressure by the Storm. But there's nobody over there for Minneapolis now, so the left wing is open. Spring Lake Park had a steam, skates it past Scherf, gains the line, backhand pass, and it's tied up. Got the trailer tied up by Evanson. The puck goes to the opposite wall. Flip through. Some room in the slot. He tries to turn around and risks the shot. It goes wide of Evanson. Of Manthe. In net. Small up the left wing. Luca will chip it in off as he gains the red line. Full line change for the Storm here. 6 minutes to go in the period. Breakout pass. Home run pass goes out and past the left wing. Hussey and Tubbs in his own zone. Circles around. He's got a forecheck on him. Waves him off. Warner skates it through 3 guys. Gains the loan up the left wing. Flips it back off the glass. And there's a battle for it along the boards. Oh man, Anderson got Heisman as he tried to go chase the puck into the corner. Spring Lake Park will flip it down the ice. That should be icing if it reaches the goal line. It's spinning. It's waved off. Not sure why, but here we go. Home run pass. Not enough steam on it. Spring Lake Park as they make a change. Can't skate it past Warner Tubbs. Here comes Nolan. Tries to go up through the middle. It's tipped by Franson, so it goes into the zone. Spring Lake Park tries the other way. They fumble the pass and regain control. The pass is not quite as crisp, but then sure fans on the clearing attempt. So Spring Lake Park can carry it in. Seth Nolan won't let him get much further than that. Seth flips it out and down the ice as it flutters in front of the goalie. Theo Franson had on his tail there. Under 5 to go in the period. Spring Lake Park tries to go through the middle. They find their one guy amongst 4. He stumbles and loses the puck against the wall. Comes back for Sam Rogers. Rogers getting hounded by number 10, probably their best skater. He avoids him, but now reverses right back into him and loses the puck. Spring Lake Park in the corner. Dill won't let him center it. Turned over to Mac Taylor, centers to Dill. Dill walks the line, onside. Oh, he loses the puck from the second defenseman that came over to help him play it. And now Spring Lake Park countering through the middle. Here comes number 10. Trying to corral a bouncing puck. He flips it to the trailer. Centering pass intercepted by Larson in front. And now here comes Minneapolis. Mac Taylor. Oh, no, he loses the puck against his own guy. Spring Lake Park offside, fortunately. .348 to go. Yeah.
You watching the wrong game?
Off the draw, Spring Lake Park chips it in. Yeah, it comes out to center ice again and out and past the defense. They regroup at their own blue line, turn it over. Lefevre has to hold it. Oh, had Luca caught deep out of forecheck.
Had it where they've watched the wrong game. They watched the recording.
Oh, yeah. All right, face-off outside the Minneapolis zone. Max Evanson's line with Lefevre and Small on it. One by Evanson back to Hussey at the point. He tried to center to Small. Picked off by Spring Lake Park defense. They're holding on to it. It's steering away. Evanson, a shot from Diz. Oh, it hits off the base of the post. Small picks it up. Tries to wrap around. It's fluttering. Scores! Hey, you guys throw it on net. That's why you do it. Lucas Small from behind the net banked it off the back of the goalie. And I think Molly Hussey in the chat was a fortune teller. She knew it was going to be 2-1 here pretty soon. There we go. It is now 2-1. Minneapolis on top. Lucas Small. An aggressive forecheck. Pays off. 3:10 to go in the second period.
Minneapolis goal scored by number 26, Lucas Small. Goal is unassisted. Time to the goal, 10:49 in the second period.
All right, so Small all on his own there. Great one-man forecheck. Spring Lake Park through the middle, though. It gets up on net. A shot over the top. I think that was deflected off Matthews' helmet or glove. Below the goal line is Spring Lake Park, back and forth. They're trying to look for a centering pass. They do find one there. It's tipped away by a back-checking Lucas Small, and it comes out to center ice. Chipped in at the blue line offside. So Storm weathered the initial rush after going up a goal, as what always happens, it seems like, once you score one. Other team tries to come back quickly. And so far, so good. It passed through the middle, intercepted by Tubbs. Off of the draw, he banks it off the wall to Franson. Plays the carom well, carries it in. The shot is deflected over the top of the net. Wessinger tried to hound him with a forecheck. It's taken away by Spring Lake Park. They get it out to neutral, past Nolan and Wessinger, but Nolan comes back to play it. Chips it past the D and then uses the body to try to tie him up. It's bouncing through off of the wall, and Wessinger comes back again to harass him as he tried to skate it into the zone, but it does eventually get there. Franson can't chip it out. Here comes Spring Lake Park in the corner trying to center. It's tied up in the skates. It gets through the blue paint and goes to the opposite wall. Picked up by Spring Lake Park again behind the net. Fine pass. The reach of the left wing. The pass back to the D gets there. A shot is blocked. Oh, it hits two guys in front. Oh, man, Akiram found the guy on the back door and he missed the net. Flipped up the wall. Here comes Wessinger on a breakout. 3-on-2. The Storm if he wants it. Oh, Nolan loses his footing. It does get over to Franson, though. From the slot, a shot right into the breadbasket of the goalie who gobbles it up for a faceoff. 1:11, period 2. Franson almost made something out of nothing there as Wessinger went down to the ice. Face off to the left of the Spring Lake Park goalie, who has admittedly played an excellent game. Minneapolis has been hounding him with pressure. Spring Lake Park wins the draw. Yeah, it's cleared out. Here they come. They fan on the clearing attempt, and then Taylor fanned on the dump-in attempt.
1 minute remaining.
So it comes down Anderson through the legs of the forechecker over to Larson. Spring Lake Park, though, maintains possession. There's going to be a slash on Dill. As he's coming from behind. So the first penalty of the game, I think, or at least the first one in Minneapolis, Dill going to get a slash where he came down on top of the stick. And 40 seconds to go in the period here. It's cleared out and down the ice. That's going to end up on net, so there's not going to be any icing. Goalie comes out of his crease to play it.
Minneapolis, number 11, minute and a half for slashing.
All right, Spring Lake Park on the power play. We'll wind things up, skating through center. Larson trying to deflect it to the corner. Number 10 centers it in front. A shot is over the top of the net. And he walks in a shot. Great save by Manthe. He's sprawling. The rebound is covered up. Was Anderson right there to lift a stick of a guy following the shot. Manthe was able to stretch for the rebound. 18 seconds in the period here. Face off to Kashala's left. Evanson to take the draw. It's one to the corner. Anderson. Oh, good deke by Nolan Anderson. Oh, but he can't get it out of the zone, so he flips it behind the net. Scherf trying to take the body. He does well enough, but then he loses his footing. It's walked right into the slot. He's shot. It's deflected over the top by Anderson's stick. And the horn sounds for the end of the second period. Okay, we're back here. We're good to go. Back to period 3. Storm still killing off JJ's penalty for 45 seconds. Off of the draw, Hussey chips it in as he goes to ground. Spring Lake Park regains control, skates it into the zone. Tubbs in the corner, banks it behind the net. Hussey can't get there. It's fumbled on the boards though by Spring Lake Park, and it's picked up. 2-on-1, short-handed chance. Evanson trying to skate through a hook. He gets it into the zone. He gets dumped, and there's the arm in the air. Delayed penalty, and Max evens things up for the Storm with his hustle. So a quick penalty call at Spring Lake Park. 4-on-4 for 15 seconds here, and then we'll have a power play for 1 minute and 15. Max will stay out to take the draw. He's got Luca Small to his left and Hussey with Tubbs on the blue line. One over to Tubbs. Tubbs sets things up in the zone. Pass over to Hussey. Hussey pulls it back, and then he loses the handle.
Number 62, Isaac Olson.
Spring Lake Park sending 2 guys deep. He's got some room to skate with it. He skates it past Tubbs, but Warner won't let him take a shot. All right, penalty for JJ is over. Minneapolis back to full strength. Shot from the point, steered to the corner by Manthe, and now Storm on a power play. Spring Lake Park retreating. It's cleared out, though, and it's turned over. Spring Lake Park skates in. A shot. Great save by Kashala Manthe. This time, it's going to be Warner Tubbs trying to skate with the puck. He sends it into the zone. He runs into a wall along the boards. Center on the wall. Here's Small that picks up the puck. Oh, he's got Sam Rogers off the bench. Walks in, top of left circle. A shot through a screen. Hits his own guy in the back of the leg. Never made it on net. Spring Lake Park is able to get it out to center ice. Rogers chips it past the defenseman. It's picked up by Spring Lake Park. 20 seconds to go on the power play. Sheriff up the wall to Small. Small skates it in. He'll take it right to the slot. He risks a shot through a screen. It's gobbled up again by the Spring Lake Park goalie for a face-off in the zone with 11 seconds to go on the power play. Ressinger on the circle. He's trying to get the puck into the corner. It's picked up by Spring Lake Park, and they try to skate out with it. Cleared out to center ice and down. No icing. Rogers picks the puck up. We're back to even strength on both sides. Sam breaks it out. Here comes Franson through the middle. Oh, out of the reach of Nolan, who gets a stick on it, and he'll go to chase it into the corner. He gets there first. Nolan tries to reverse around with the backhand, and he loses his edge. Spring Lake Park picks up the puck and skates with it through 4 guys to get around. Sure, if he walks in, a shot. Making something out of nothing there. It's a broken play. Now we're tied at 2. Off the draw, Anderson picks up the puck. Tries to go up to Larson at the wing. He sends it in. Dill, from the center position, comes over to get the puck in the corner.
Spring Lake Park Grand Rapids goal, scored by number 62, Isaac Olson. Assisted by number 18, William Stewart. Time to goal.
Sheriff at the point. Dill digs it out of the corner. JJ skates with it around everybody, walks through the top of the slot, still has a puck on his stick. He'll go to the opposite wing and dump it into the corner. Taylor picks up the puck. He's got Larson posted up in front. He carries it around. Mac Taylor will circle everybody. He skates it in. Pulls it back. A shot through a screen. Save, rebound is saved again as Dill was on the front side of the net. Couldn't tuck it through the goalie's pads. Kept in by the Storm. Bodies in the corner. Taylor gets bumped off of it. Spring Lake Park trying to skate out. And they finally do. They break it out. The left wing is open. Skates it into the zone. Centered through. He pulls it back. A shot right over the top of the net again. And Anderson goes over to take the body in the corner. Along the wall. 2 Spring Lake Park players, and one of them emerges from it. Spenner passed through the slot. It's fumbled. Larson trying to flip it past the last man back, who steps on the puck and then finds the puck at the last minute. Oh, boy, we got a JJ with a hit. And he stood him up as he tried to dump the puck in. Storm go on a power play. They're going to talk about something more than a minute and a half. It's just going to be a rough. The Storm will go on a power play. Or, I'm sorry, a penalty kill. There are 10 minutes left in the game. Evanson puts it right on his own tendy off the faceoff. Picked up by Tubbs. Oh, no, he sent it right on front. He fumbled. Oh, Sam Rogers finally with the
Minneapolis penalty to number 11.
Last minute.
Minute and a half for roughing.
Small trying to skate in with the puck. He gets tied up. Spring Lake Park trying to break out of their own zone. Good forecheck by Evanson. Won't let him get there. The pass is behind. Small will get there first. Sam Rogers. Rogers behind his net for Tubbs. Tubbs goes cross ice to Small. Comes out to center ice. Luca flips it in from the red line. Halfway through the penalty, Spring Lake Park hasn't even had possession yet. Number 10, though, has a head of steam. Trying to skate past Luca. Finds the puck and gets past both forecheckers. Here they come. Up the ice. Gains the line. Looking to center. It goes through the slot. Nobody's there. Evanson will hustle to get there first. Max flips it out past the defenseman. They're going to call icing. So 24 seconds on the penalty to JJ. Face off to the right of Manthey. Oh, it's taken away by Spring Lake Park. They try to get a shot away. Blocked, and Anderson corrals the puck in the corner. Anderson gets bumped off. It's rimmed off the glass, kept in by the defenseman. Flips it through the middle. Loose in the slot. It's pulled back, kicked back to the point. Pass across. Oh, a rush. Oh, man. No one tried to gamble for the breakout. Centering pass 1, 2, 3. Tic-tac-toe. The shot goes wide of the net. The penalty is over. Back to full strength. Anderson up the wall to Nolan. Nolan's got friends and streaking through the middle. He'll carry it all the way and gobble up the loose. Change a shot through the legs of the defenseman. Can't beat the goalie that way. He's got the low side covered. We're tied at 2, 8:20 to go in the third period of play. Face off won by Spring Lake Park. Give it away to Franson. Top of the slot. A shot, save, rebound. Oh, another great save off the rebound. Wessinger is on the doorstep. Anderson, a shot is blocked through the slot. Franson, can't pull it back to his forehand to get a shot away. Here comes Spring Lake Park, 1-on-3. Again on a counter. Stangles his way in. Gains the line, centers. It goes through everybody to the opposite wall. They came off the benches. They made a change. So they keep the possession of the puck, and they dangle in. A shot off the mask of Manthey, and it goes through the wall behind the net. Back and forth below the goal line goes Spring Lake Park. They go to the opposite corner looking to center. And there's a guy who's got a lot of time. The really finds him in front of scores. We got out of sorts there in the defensive zone. Nobody took the guy behind the net with the puck. And by the time they realized it, they left the guy in the slot for an easy tap-in. Off the draw, Taylor carries it in, though. He's trying to get it back for Minneapolis. Dill behind the net.
Lake Park, Coon Rapids goal.
These are for Taylor. He's got Larson in front.
This is by number 9, William Pitzel.
Oh, a shot from J.J. Dill. Just misses the short side.
6:26 in the third period.
Larson chips it into the corner. Taylor picks up the puck. It's got Tubbs coming down from the point. It's back to Taylor in the corner. That one's deflected away. It's cleared out to center ice. Here comes Spring Lake Park with the head of steam through center. Sticked away. Tubbs has the puck on his stick. He'll skate it up the left wing. One-handed into the zone, but number 10 again with some speed. Skating it through. It's in on loose. Shot save. It'll be a penalty as he skated through two defensemen and ended up getting tripped. So Tubbs in the box, stormed down a goal. Shaw shaking that off. What are we talking about here? All right, so another kill for the Storm here. Off the draw, Spring Lake Park looking for the puck. They find it on the circle and take a shot with Mancy kicks to the corner.
Penalty number 14.
Shot from a tight angle off the paddle, and trapped by Kashala in his pad. Evanson ties him up again. He uses his skate to kick it over to Scherf, who flips it out and down there. Small giving chase. He will not get there in time, but the defenseman fumbles the puck. Luca prevents him from getting it out. And now they do 2-on-2 with a trailer. Skates wide. That shot blocked by Rogers. Left for Small. Small picks up the loose puck. He'll skate it. He's all by himself, but he's going to try to go get a goal. He dangles his way in. He gets hooked from behind. A shot. Rebounds right there. He scores! Max Evanson on the rebound. A short-handed ties things up. Lucas Small putting it in. What individual effort by number 26. He went 1-on-3. He was able to get a shot on net. The rebound was just sitting there, and Evanson came to tap it into an open net. We're tied at 3 with 6 to go. Spring Lake Park's still on a power play, though. It's flipped out with Fever. He gets dumped as he tries to dump it in. Oh, Nolan coming out of nowhere!
Was scored by number 16, Maxwell Evenson. Assisted by number 26, Lucas Small. Number 17, Samuel Rogers. Time of the goal, 8:01 in the third period.
All right, that's Evanson from Small and Rogers. We'll give another one for Rogers. Here comes Nolan, short-handed as well. He skates it past the defense up the left wing. He walks in a shot off the mask. The rebound flutters behind the net as the defenseman goes crashing into the net. Again, oh man. Seth Nolan from a tight angle rips a clapper. That goes right into the glove. But Minneapolis has had twice as many shots as Spring Lake Park has, and they've been shorthanded. 9 seconds to go in the power play for Spring Lake Park. Oh, Nolan again tried a one-timer off the draw. It fluttered in and goes wide. Spring Lake Park skates it in. Hussey gets taken down along the boards. Tubbs comes back off out of the box. We're back to even strength.
Minneapolis.
A good pass to Franson, who chips it past the defenseman. Oh, him and Lefevre run into each other going for the puck. Theo back checks though and intercepts that pass. He can't skate past the defenseman, but the rest of the team have gone to a change. Storm is buzzing right now. They're flying. Oh, number 10 has some room. He pulls it back, a shot off the side of the net. Gets the rebound. And Rogers cuts off all space as Nolan Wessinger gets taken down. Left behind, there's Tubbs. Loses the puck below the goal line. Picked up by Spring Lake Park, centering pass. Oh, comes back to the slot. Pull back shot. Oh, misses wide, high and wide. Off Kashala's net. Now Spring Lake Park has a little bit of momentum. The rest of the team had gone to change though, so Tubbs takes the puck. He'll skate it, kick it up the left wing. It's out of the reach of Taylor. Spring Lake Park trying to clear it. Hits Mack, who flips it in front of the net. It's loose. Larson comes off the bench, intercepted by Dill. He's got Taylor in front. JJ blocks it in, and he tries to go short side. He misses the net. Good battle from this line again. Spring Lake Park gets it out to center, but Sam Rogers picks up the puck. He'll skate with it himself over the blue line. Walks up the right wing. He risks a backhand off the base of the goal. Follows the puck below the goal line. There's Larson. That's Dill. Turns around, gives it to Jace. Larson trying to corral the bouncer. He finally gets control of it. Sees Dill in front and the slot. Oh, puts it back out of net! Taylor can't get to the rebound in time to get a shot away. Mack flips the ball behind the net. Here comes Anderson off the bench. Keeps it in behind. Good offensive zone time for the Storm with 3 minutes to go. Dill again takes the puck away. Taylor has it in the corner. Flips it back to the point. It's intercepted. Spring Lake Park breaks out through the middle. Anderson backtracks. And he gets slashed. There's no call. He still maintains control of the puck and kicks it into the corner. Goes all the way around the boards out to center ice. Scherf this time for the Storm. D to Tubbs. Up the wall. Baked it off a guy who's going to change. He follows his puck. Skates it right in. Tries to dangle through. Loses the puck. And now here comes Spring Lake Park. 1-on-3. skates his way. Hussey will not let him get a shot away. Anderson will picks up the loose puck. Here comes Noah Anderson, end action again. Anderson, number 4, skates it into the zone. He'll just dump it in to the corner. He's going to go for a change himself. Good forecheck by Small to break up the rush. That goes out and down the ice. Off the stick of Hussey, Tubbs off the bench. Finds Taylor, or that's Lefevre. Cal. Off the back wall, goes to find it. Short angle shot is saved. Rebound cleared to the corner. That's Hussey from the blue line. Down the wall. Evanson can't handle it. Minute 47 left on the clock. Spring Lake Park trying to weave his way through traffic in the center. He does. Gets past 2 guys. Tried to go 3 in the legs. That one never made it on net. It's picked up by Tubbs, who flips it up to Nolan. Seth Nolan has some room. He goes around the defenseman. Goes backhand, short side rebound is loose. Oh, France again, finally one hands it behind the nets. They're on the wall. Hussey pinches. Nolan at the blue line. Centering pass, France, and a shot. Save, rebound. A second attempt is saved and covered up. .11 left in the third period. Storm are pushing for the winner. Lessinger's line comes out. Franson and Taylor. They're changing up lines. Lessinger sends it in front off the draw. It's kicked aside by the goalie. Sent all the way around the board. Sent out to center. Here comes Spring Lake Park 2-on-2.
1 minute remaining in the period.
Rogers won't let him by. He flips it out to center ice. Franson chasing, as is Mac Taylor, who gets it with the backhand down the ice. 50 seconds to go. Running around the boards. Spring Lake Park, they're going to look cross ice. They're going to get intercepted by Sam Rogers, who skates it in and dumps it off the wall. Storm caught looking back, and now, that one intercepted by Franson again. Taylor. Larson gains the line. Skates it to the corner. That's Wessinger, excuse me. Wessinger flips on through the slot, and it goes to the opposite wing. Kept in and around the boards. 21 seconds left. We got a home run guy going deep. Taylor can't find the puck. Loose at the blue line, picked up by, it goes through everybody, goes back wall. Sam Rogers gets there. He gets body off it, but flips it over to Franson with 6 seconds left. Theo going to try one more shot. He goes cross ice. Got Taylor off the wall. Mac's loose, and the horn goes before Mackey can take a shot. So we're tied. Who knows what we're doing? Probably shootout? Or will we? Good. All right. Looks like we're going to be out here for a 4-on-4, 4-minute overtime period here. And then assuming we'll go to a shootout if we have no resolution, we'll start things off. Spring Lake Park collects the puck in their own defensive zone. Through the middle, that pass out of the reach. It's given away. Rogers tried to flip it past the guy chasing in. He walks right in. Pulls it back. A shot saved by Manthe. No rebound. Given up. As the defense left the guy with the puck. Running clock overtime period. So here we go. This draw one by Dill goes around the boards. Rogers can't find it. It's kept in by Spring Lake Park. Goes into the corner. Number 10 left alone again. Rogers finally goes over to play him. He skates past Sammy, gets it loose in front, and Taylor knocks the stick out of his own guy's hand. Picked up by Dill. And JJ with some open ice. He goes through the middle. Evanson. He dangles his way in. He's got Dill trailing. Flips it over to JJ. Pulls it back. He shoots. Save the rebound through the slot. Can't find the axe. Spring Lake Park now the other way. He gains the line up the right wing. He pulls it back. A shot saved by Manthe behind the net. Nolan Anderson cleans the puck. Anderson winds things up. Here we go. End to end. Nolan up the wall to Evanson, who flips it deep. We need a line change here. 2.5 minutes left. Anderson will stay in on the forecheck. It's given away to Taylor off the bench. Mack kicks it back into the corner. Oh, it almost goes on net. And Taylor and Franson fight for the puck behind the net by themselves. Back and forth now. Back to Theo. Pass back to the slot. Deflected. Picked up by Mack. Trying to find Franson through the slot, and it's lost to the opposite wing. Intercepted by Taylor again. Mack carries it into the corner. He tries to center. The defenseman went down to a knee to block that puck, and that goes out to the point and pass Small. He's got to hustle. Anderson, excuse me. He does. He wins the puck away. He's got room in front. Oh, no. He gets it taken away from him. Here comes Spring Lake Park the other way. Carried in. Backhand shot wide of the net. Big rebound off the wall as Anderson tied him up. Franson now. End to end. Theo's been out there the whole overtime period. He walks into the slot. A shot off the stick. Goes behind. That's Tubbs. Flips it over behind the net. Back to the point is Scherf. He'll shade spots. Scherf walks in. A shot is deflected into the glove. With 1:21 left to go in the period. In the overtime period. They did stop the... No, they didn't stop the clock. They did it for a second. Dill comes back out. Larson. Scherf and Rogers. Spring Lake Park will just send it off the glass. They got guy releasing. He's loose. Number 10. Rogers back there. Oh, he does enough to break up the shot attempt. Manthe made a good save. Oh, Scherf tried to skate away with it. Shot into the glove of Manthe. Got a guy on the back door. 50 seconds to go on the running clock. Face-off inside the Spring Lake Park zone. Dill wins the face-off. Behind the net is Hussey. His clearing attempt hits a stick. Oh, man, body's down. It's cleared out to neutral ice, offside. Questionably, but we'll take it. Here we go. 18 seconds, face-off down, picked up by Evanson. Max trying to dangle his way past. He loses the puck. Spring Lake Park now. You get a shot, Manthe. It goes wide of the net. 8 seconds to go. And tied up along the wall. 4 seconds. 3, 2. Shot through a screen. Kick to the corner by Rogers. And we're going to go to a shootout. goes first. Kashala in net. Off the crossbar! Three-person shootout per the rules. Three-person shootout. All right, Franson first for Minneapolis. It's Theo.
Theo. Come on, Theo. Come on, buddy. Yes.
Goalie had the forehand side covered, begging Theo to go to the backhand. No love either side. Second shooter up. Oh, yeah! Kashala standing tall with the poke check. JJ Dill out for shot number 2 for the Storm.
Come on, Jay.
He scores through the 5-hole. All right, last chance here for Spring Lake Park. This is their high flyer, number 10. He saves it! It's in! Minneapolis advances in the consolation bracket. Kashala 3 for 3 in the shootout. We'll see you tomorrow. I think 1:15 is the game time.